Artist Matt Fury, creator of comic character Pepe the Frog, begins an uphill battle to take back his iconic cartoon image from those who used it for their own purposes.
A kind of way to say neo-Nazi.
It's time for the Film Studies Club podcast.
3, 2, 1.
I hate you. Hi, everybody, and welcome to the
Wait,
film.
which one are we doing? Which one are we taking? Which 3,
We'll
2,
take
1
all
are
of
we going
them.
to use?
We're going to
Nice.
use all of them. Welcome to the Film Studies Club podcast. The sun is distanced because one of us was exposed.
Yes.
Yeah. My name is Robert Burke, and I am joined by the sexiest of all of my friends. Say your name.
Nicholas Manna!
No, wrong guy.
Oh.
No, wrong guy. Wrong guy. Say your name.
Paulo Chabra.
And I'm joined by the ugliest of all of my friends.
Hey, Poe, I think he called your name.
So, it's been, I feel like it's been a while. Paul and I had quite the weekend.
Yes, we did. It was a very long weekend.
Trial.
It was a very long weekend, yes.
It was really long.
Now that
I have
I
a
think
question.
about it,
Hmm.
like, if you think about it, everyone got some sort of honor except for you, me, and Pawn Jarker.
Wait. Edie Nugelman didn't either.
Oh, yes, and her.
Yeah.
That's 4 people out of like an 8 people team. Okay, I feel better now.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting to get one, and
Yeah.
I think it's just like I haven't had a super great year.
I think it's just because this year you've had a lot of other stuff going on too.
Yeah, and like I mean, the only reason I think I got an award last year for Remy was because I was like super charactery with it. And I couldn't do that with the defendant, and I can't do that with Drew because Drew's really boring.
Yeah, just
So
boring.
like, yeah. So I don't like Drew, and then being a defendant is like I don't understand what a good defendant is. So
Maybe
um,
you'll get a different role. Like instead of Drew, you'll have someone else. I don't think
I
they'll be
think
replacing you for defendant, to be
I
honest.
don't think they'll replace me as Lee either. I think they might put me on Zuri. But I really don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, who
I'm
knows?
a little confused by the whole nomination versus character thing because I know Pico Natel got a nomination,
He
but
got
he
an
didn't.
honorable mention.
An honorable
So-
mention.
So people who aren't like notable, I see Ian's head. The people who aren't notable enough to like, okay, I don't want to roast on like Pico Natel. He's a very talented person in mock trial, obviously, part of a dynasty and whatever. But people who didn't make it to the award part, but they're still really good. So honorable mention. You were really good too. We're gonna mention you.
Oh. Okay, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? I really do think Pranky Falson should have gotten.
Yeah, I
mean, I
heard
think-
she was excellent, and she's a one-attorney table. That's
because she is a one attorney table.
it is
and
incredible.
she's doing really good, all of them. So
Yeah.
like what confuses me is like what could have she done better to get first place attorney? Like
From
I
how I understand it is that NorCal in general, it's run by a particular organization. Stanford mock trial has a big part to play in NorCal. So the kind of people, like kind of style that they look for, that they favor, it's not really the Shasta style, if that makes sense. Now
What style
that's
is it?
what it's I don't know, it's hard to like describe, like more theater like instead of more improv like, if that makes sense. Like more acted out instead of more natural, I suppose.
Right.
And so the thing is that that's why like this is the second best place according to one of our coaches that Shasta has ever gotten in NorCal. Fifth
Yeah.
place. While Shasta, on the other hand, in States, has a long history of going like in the top 5 at States. You know, that's a much bigger competition.
Right.
So NorCal isn't really equivalent to States because in States there's a different type of judge which favors Shasta's style more. There's if
So
that
what
makes
you're
sense.
saying is ultimately,
Like mock trial would be subjective. Like, you know, there's no set rule to it. That's why when you're asking for comments from different people, everyone has a different opinion on it. Some people say be more of your character. Some people say too much, kind of ease off, you know? There's no set guidelines when it comes to mock trial.
I just dropped my entire microphone on the ground, but we're good now.
are you sure? Nick, where are you going?
No, man, I just need a screwdriver.
Hey Nick, I have a question. Why don't you want to join mock trial?
Sounds incredibly stressful, and it's not for me.
It is incredibly stressful. It is,
But-
States is going to be so much worse.
But it could be fun.
For not a for first year person going into Zoom mock trial, I don't think that's a very good because a big part of my mock trial for me, like first year, is I hated being an attorney, you know? Like I did not know what I was doing. And but like one of the best parts about it was going on trips, you know, because I got to like once everything was over, I got to chill, I got to hang out, you know, have fun and everything. And that was a very, very, very nice part of it for me. Zoom doesn't have that. And Zoom, once you fail, you mute yourself, you turn your video off, and then you wallow in what you've just done, alone, with no one to talk to. And you play it over in your head again and again and again and again and again. People text you. They say, "Why did you do this? You're screwing up."
Oh, what did you do? What did you do on bench?
No, I didn't screw up that bad, but I know like I always feel like I'm on the precipice of screwing up really bad.
Yeah.
And
Well, I did
happen
happen to screw up like pretty bad, and I did.
I'm sure you
text
felt
multiple
awful about
times.
it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Because there's no one to talk to. You know, you're alone. It's
Yeah.
quite horrible in a way. And
the other thing is that it was like the second time too. They asked me a question because Pranky Paulson wanted to put something in our closing, and I like didn't like remember. At first I didn't see, and then I didn't remember, and I couldn't figure out what they were asking me, and it was just very stressful.
yeah, no, because the stakes are high, and the stakes will just keep on getting higher. I mean, I'm looking forward to this Carmel thing because I get to like kind of be a little more liberal and everything. I kind of get to chill.
Like Carmel was fun because it was a trip in a really like nice area, and it was very chill. I don't think Carmel's gonna be fun at all this year. I'm gonna be
a
completely.
big part for me last year too, Carmel was it's kind of like if you think about it, like for me, for my personal trip with mock trial last year, Carmel was like the end of a character arc. My character arc as an attorney. I started out as a witness. Like first day, I remember like everyone liked me, and then I became an attorney, and then I was just like.
Well, no, you started out as a witness. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Expert witness, and everyone was like, "Whoa!" And then I become an attorney, and it's no woes for me, no woes at all, never. And it's just like going through the motions, and then I come back, and Carmel's the first. Nick, is this being okay? This is being recorded. Carmel is the first time.
Wait, how do you know?
Well, because there's three
Nick's still
participants.
here. He just turned his. Yeah.
Yeah, I had to unplug my camera for a sec, and I'm back.
Nice.
Whoa! Did you get a haircut?
Like
That would've
I've
been a really
noticed
good
that you have a little bit of hair between your nose and your upper lip, and
Yeah.
it kind of corresponds to you haven't shaved in a while, huh?
No, I've been wanting to grow a beard, and this is my attempt.
Oh, Nick, you wanna? I won't shave. I won't shave. Do you wanna not shave? Do you wanna not shave?
Guys,
Seriously?
November's over.
No. I wanna not shave until graduation, and then I shave.
Okay.
Oh, so it can feel like a character arc.
Yeah.
Imagine
Anyway.
if you kept your facial hair like the entire remember when you used to have
honestly,
facial all the way
I
till
feel like
now?
I would be a completely different person.
No, you would.
I would. I totally would.
Nothing would be different about. You know what I think would be a really
Everything would be
interesting
different.
podcast,
What?
or maybe not that interesting, but at least interesting to a very specific niche of people, like a mock cast, where it's just like
It would
talking
be-
about the case, talking about theory, talking about what it's like to be in mock, just like all that.
I feel like we could do like an episode like that with everyone on, and they could like all talk about it.
What would I
If you
do?
get the whole team, we
get the whole
convince you to
team,
join.
No.
But like we go really in depth into like not just case stuff, but like mock trial stuff. I feel like that could be a very interesting episode.
I think it could too. But like, are we sure we want the whole team, or do we only want specific people?
We want to cherry pick the individuals who have shown. Yeah, I know what you're trying to say, and yeah, I get that.
Well, okay, which individuals are we going to choose? Obviously, Pranky Falson is the go-to.
I would, yeah, of course. Perfect, like spokesperson for mock trial. Like she's it. She's personification.
She is the living embodiment of mocking a trial.
And who else? I feel like we could have. Who else could we have? Shoot another name.
Should we have Pico Natel? Or should
that-
we go with like a Talissa Orez?
Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is that from what I understand, Talissa Orez and Nicholas Manhunt don't really get together that well after that one fateful comment that Nick made. They're like magnets,
I bet she'd
but
be
like
able
they're
to
all
get over
turned
that.
against each other, so they kind of repel each other, you know?
I bet that if we put them on the same place, she would act like it never happened. I just don't know if she would say yes to it while she's alone. You know?
That makes sense.
You're gonna catch her while she's whatever the word is.
I feel like
Malleable.
I don't know, like good pairing with her, kind of like fish and white wine. You know, we need to find Alyssa's white wine. So what's
Right. The other gal
Talissa's white wine?
The other gal pals are, but we can't have them on a mock episode. I think
Because
that we
that
should
could
go.
alienate them. Yeah, that's weird. But then Nick and them could like be the alienated people, and they could share in that bond. Like Nick could be like, "Oh, I don't know what you're talking about, lol," and then they could be like, "Yeah, I totally agree, Nick," and then they could shut up again, and then we could keep talking, and that could be like and we could reach a very wide market of a Venn diagram where people who do mock, people who don't do mock, we could reach both of them. It's not really
It
a
would
Venn diagram.
encapsulate the whole
because,
human
like-
population.
Yeah, like 6.9 billion people who don't do mock trial, and the 0.1,
That's the assumption that there's
0.0000001.
800 million people that do mock trial.
I'd
heard
bet
that
there's
mock
more.
trial is very popular. Yes,
It is
I
not
bet.
that. There are like probably like 50,000 kids who do mock trial.
BS, bro.
Okay, well, I'm gonna look it up. How many kids do mock trial?
I know at
Mock
least
trial-
50,000 kids who do mock trial.
Mock trial has
you
a
don't.
long history of like, it depends on what you want to call mock trial.
You know,
Mock trial could be
George
a
Jefferson
competition.
was a mock trial person?
Who's George Jefferson?
Sorry, I meant...
Thomas Jefferson
Thomas
or George
Jeff-
Washington?
I wonder when mock trial was started.
Mock trial, like that's what they used to call fake trials set up by Stalin in Soviet Russia, where they would try a person to give it some semblance of normalcy, while really the odds are always stacked against them, and the result of the trial would always be either Siberia or being shot.
That's
CRF
how it should be now.
CRF introduced the mock trial program in 1980.
1980. That's not when I was born. I was born in 2003. That's a
I
fun
didn't
fact for
ask.
you all.
I didn't ask.
Yeah, you did.
I honestly, I swear to God, I've said it once, I'll say it again. A mock trial TV show would be so cool.
No, I would watch that. I would totally watch that.
I
But,
think like people don't understand how like interesting the atmosphere of mock trial is. Like it is like they're like white knuckles, like down to like the way you can word something. Like it's so intense.
and it could be very different. Like the way you describe you want it to be, the mock trial TV show. I feel like you could make it like very different in like a Whiplash-esque way, because mostly like law shows or whatever, they're really stupid. You know, they don't really
Yeah.
like people come in at the last moment. Oh, I have evidence, or objection, Your Honor, this is redonk. Like the thing you sent me.
Objection, Your Honor, on the grounds that this is redonk.
So yeah, like I feel like the way you describe it, it could be a very exciting thing to watch. But like I couldn't watch more than like 2 or 3 episodes of it because it would be too much. Like it's Whiplash is an intense movie. So yeah, but
And
like
it's
it would
only
be
2
cool.
hours.
Yep.
Nick, who's
Nice.
that behind you?
Can you guess?
Is it Joe Rogan?
It's Joe Rogan. Apparently doesn't like
And
the
now
show
he
so
can
much.
say his name without reversing it because he's been on the podcast.
Yeah, exactly. That's
He's a
very-
celebrity.
He's been on the podcast.
I'm
I
looking up
followed him
Officer
on-
Max Bird.
I follow this account on Instagram. It's called Just like it's something like Just Monkey Things or something. I'm really into monkeys these days. I don't
Okay,
think
can you explain
I know
why
if
you're
you
into
guys-
monkeys?
so. Monkeys are like humans, like the kind of like in a way like they kind of like they grab stuff. So it's kind of like, oh, you know what, that a human could do that, but then they do absolute like horrible stuff. Like they punch each other, they kill each other, they take their feces and they fling it at walls. You know, it's a very it's like and then I imagine a human doing that and I start laughing. Like I imagine a human taking their feces and throwing it at a wall, and I start laughing to myself because it's a very humorous image.
Hey Robert, never mind. Your camera's positioned so that.
That's not good. That's not okay. That's really not okay.
My bad.
What were you saying, Nick?
Your camera was positioned to where the sun was making you look like a freaking angel, and it was crazy.
I am an angel. Okay, the other thing that I think would be really interesting about the mock trial TV show we've been talking about, Paul Cool, and I can't get
Yes.
too into this before we start going past what we should be talking about, but the events of our team specifically are really interesting.
No, totally. And I'm not even sure if I have a total like a summarized even version of it, because I feel like I've only heard like I feel like it goes way deeper than that, you know?
Yeah.
Like I feel like what we've uncovered is just like the toe of a huge fossilized T-Rex, if that makes sense. Like there's probably like a lot of stuff that goes on, and it's insane. Like
I like really want to like actually go forward with this, and I'm thinking like I should like interview everybody who's been on the team in the last like 4 years.
But I feel like it depends on who you interview, you know, because like people have different. It's a very polarizing topic, in my opinion. Not so polarizing in the team itself anymore because of the events that led to like a lot of people sort of like.
I would argue there's still mass polarization in the team today about things.
Seriously, you think so? I mean, I feel like they've grown to like accept the fact that what certain things that transpired weren't morally were definitely not in a gray area. They were more in a black area, so to speak. And I feel like people are respecting that. You don't think so?
Well, I think they are respecting it to the degree of they have to respect it for the sake of me and other individuals on the team.
Keeping the team together, yeah.
Yeah, but I think, I mean, the fact that the dark area was merging into a scrimmage with Rio, and honestly, it's still involved to a certain degree.
I mean, it's hard to like within a year to completely distance yourself from the black area, you know? When you that's a very significant shift that's happened because for the ever since this team has existed as an organization, that black part of it has always been there, you know?
Right.
So it's hard. It's like Venom and Peter Parker. You know, Peter Parker's trying to throw that Venom off. That Venom that makes it so it's so dark and it's so horrible, but it's so powerful in a way that it's so influential. Because the Venom at this point, it's what created Peter Parker. I don't know if that makes sense. Like that's not what happened in the that's not what happened in the thing.
Yeah,
but
that's
like,
not Venom at all. But like, I
but you know what I'm
understand
trying
you're
to say.
saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. There's a certain part. Who is that, Nick?
I looked up, and he came up. Yeah.
I think there's like a certain part where it's like it's very hard to get the venom off, and there's also another part where you're letting the venom in, and they've kind of been letting
Yeah.
the venom in to a certain degree.
Yeah, I get that, but at the same time, I understand. I don't know if I agree with you, and then I also don't agree with you. Okay, no, that's not true. I agree with you, but then I don't know. Like I'm thinking about this right now as we speak, and while I do agree that like it's hard to distance yourself from that. Why are you two smiling? I don't like this.
Look at the group chat. But keep on talking.
So I feel like we are okay, I don't know how to even phrase this in a way that won't be like absolutely like obvious what we're doing. We were walking in a room that was very dark.
Right.
And we stepped and we took a break from that room and we stepped out and the room was lit up suddenly. And we were walking around but the lit up room, no, this is such a stupid way to put it. Oh my god. It's almost as if I don't know how to say this, dude, because
Come on, I believe in you. We need to talk about this.
People have been in this team for a while now, right?
Yeah.
We have just been here for 2 years, so we haven't really grown to develop that connection with that deep dark part of mock, you know?
Right.
I feel like the way that deep dark part operates, it's very difficult to distance yourself from it.
It's manipulative.
Yes, exactly. So it's such a difficult thing to do that people who are now in a position where they're leaders instead of just part of the mock trial team. They're veterans, so to speak, of Shasta mock trial. They spent multiple years for mock trial, and they've continued to maintain correspondence with the deep dark part of mock trial. And I can understand why it wouldn't be like completely like you can't break from that so suddenly. Like I get that because they've always known that part, you know? And the reason why they're so successful in a lot of ways is like however horrible that deep dark part is, just like in Whiplash, however horrible that deep dark part is, it is so mind-blowingly effective.
Right.
It transforms this team in Shasta County that has no chance or no position of being there amongst the Menlos and against these humongous teams with private schools paying possibly thousands of dollars to coaches professional coaches in mock trial. And this team has gotten so far, you know?
Yeah.
So I understand that. But in a way, I also agree with you that like they've definitely not been completely like us, the new generation, who haven't really gone through that. I don't
Right.
know.
Really, it's like, how do I say this? Like, it really is like, it's crazy how accurate Whiplash is in terms of like capturing this kind of
Yep,
stuff.
definitely.
'Cause
Because I
it,
feel like, oh, sorry, go on. Go ahead.
oh
Go
yeah.
ahead.
No, but it's just like coming from like, especially when it's like the idea of like coming from like an outside, that's the thing with Whiplash. It forced a lot of people from the outside to look at something and think like, this is awful, but do I just not understand it? And like that's the hardest part with the whole thing is like, do you really have to be awful in order to be great? And that it keeps me up at night, you know? It really does.
It's fascinating. It really is. And I don't know. I feel like with it's always the yin and yang situation, you know? Like in the
Mhm.
middle of the good, there's always that dark, deep part that kind of propels you to go to heights that you never could have imagined.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a fascinating thing to talk about.
Hey guys, as
I
much as
know.
I'm loving this conversation, I'd love to, be involved.
Yeah, no, I know. And it's a fascinating thing to talk about, but I know Nick's completely
See,
like
this
on
is
the
why I
out.
think a mock trial episode would be so interesting.
Yeah. And we wouldn't invite Nick, obviously. Nick would just be like his camera would be off and he would still be working for us as a slave because and he will still be like doing completely menial tasks such as tapping it whenever we say some bad words and then he'll be forced, he'll be coerced
I'm sorry, are you the one on
do what we
TV?
want to do.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Hello, American
But
people.
yeah. I think that could be that's a very interesting idea, and I feel like we should do it soon because we're not going to be in high school forever at this point. Like
That's the thing.
second semester has started.
I actually, you know how I was texting you guys last night about having Pranky Folsom on like on the set of the movie, right?
Yeah.
So I texted her and she hasn't responded yet, but she's like texted another group chat that I'm in. So I know that she's like taking time to think about the message, basically. So I can't really ask her right now because she's like, it would just be weird to ask her for something else amidst already asking her something. But if I get a response by today or tomorrow, I might try to set it up so that we could record something like that. Like maybe like after Carmel or maybe even like the Saturday night of Carmel when we're like super exhausted and everything. Cause that's when I think the really interesting stuff would get out.
Yeah, but I don't know, like do they really like how far did they want to go with getting out that stuff? Because some of this stuff it's
Top secret.
Well, I don't really know if we could even discuss that stuff is the thing.
exactly like it's so mangled in a way. And you have to understand that this Pranky Folsom, she's still at the end of the day, she's still in a position where she has to lead all of us to states, along with Felissa Orez. So she can't really afford to say stuff that may or may not negatively affect team morale going in.
Right.
And so far they've been successful. Like it's fast. We're NorCal second highest place we've ever gotten. There might be some sort of a shot for us, and I don't know. Like it's a very delicate situation, for sure.
It really is. All right. Anyways, enough mock talk. Let's get on to the movies.
Yeah.
Wait. We didn't even include Nick in the intro, though.
Yeah, we did. We said I was like, remember my most attractive.
Can I ask Nick one question though? Like just to like make.
Of course.
Hey Nick, what's up with you, man? Like how this past week? Like what's any like complete like something that jumps out to you that you did or anything?
I've been making a lot of paper.
Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, good for you, bro. Anything.
Been watching
anything
anime.
at all. Oh, okay, yeah. What anime?
I've been watching Attack on Titan. That's it, because I don't
I've
watch
heard a
any
lot
other-
about that.
Yeah.
Hominick Darrington used to love that show back in middle school.
It's very good. I'm really liking it. I'm on the third season.
Hey, what's the one anime where it's like it was like a meme for a while, like a few months ago, where the guy's
JoJo?
driving and he's like, and he goes like, you know,
Oh, I know what you're talking about. That's
it's
not
some
an
teacher
anime.
thing.
Not an anime.
That- It looks like an anime though.
I think it's just like a 90s like cartoon.
That's it. What's that?
Are you
I don't
talking
know,
about
I
he's
would've said that.
driving off of that cliff? Oh, you know.
No. He's driving, and he's like completely monotone, and he goes,
I think Paul making that face. Nick, can you make that into a GIF so that or a GIF so I can share it?
Okay. I'm
also,
trying to...
Robert, send my congratulations to Ian Blank for making the first official post on Film Studies Club podcast subreddit. Because
Hey, health
yeah.
expert. Paul would like to congratulate you on making a first official post in the subreddit. You made the first official post in the film study. Anyways, let's get on to the movies today because like the movies this week are actually so interesting to talk about. Every single one of them. I'm like very excited.
Okay.
But Paul, you must decide the order.
Shoot. Okay, I know I watched one of them yesterday, but what are the other two ones? I forgot. I watched them earlier in the week. Like, what were they?
Poop
What were
House!
they? What?
Poop House.
No, I watched Poop House yesterday. I said that already.
Pieces of a Woman.
Pieces of a
Feels
Woman.
good,
Okay.
man.
feels good, man.
Feels good. Oh, that's not okay. Pieces of a Woman, and then what was the? Okay, that was the third one. Most Gen Z to least Gen Z.
Oh,
Good one.
Okay.
Good one. So, Feels
Well,
Good
okay.
Man is definitely first.
No. Here's the thing, though. Between Feels Good Man and Poop House has a lot more Gen Z people in it.
I think those are
Focused
millennials.
on Gen Z
No,
people.
but
where
Feels
no,
Good
listen,
Man
listen,
isn't-
listen. Feels Good Man is about Gen Z culture, but the people in it are not Gen Z.
So what do you want? What do you think more personifies Gen Z in your? Because at its core, Poop House, like no, not at its core, but like whatever. At the end, it's a rom-com, while Gen Z is, Feels Good Man is Gen Z. It screams Gen Z. You know?
No,
So just
I
because
see
it
what
has
you're saying.
people in it, just because the show has black people doesn't mean it's about black culture. In a way.
That's true.
So yeah, okay. So let's do Feels Good Man.
All right, Nick.
Artist Matt Fury, creator of comic character Pepe the Frog, begins an uphill battle to take back his iconic cartoon image from those who used it for their own purposes.
The kind of way to say neo-Nazi.
Okay.
Oh, that should be the little clip that you share on like the...
yeah, that's a really good one. No, clip that and add that in the beginning of the show. That's a really excellent, good
Nick,
one.
timestamp. Nick, timestamp.
Yeah, Nick, generally timestamp. So start it when you're reading.
Shut up,
and,
I get it, I get it.
I hope you get it. Okay.
Reference to Reddit,
Okay.
reference to Keanu Reeves, reference to Miley Cyrus. Anthropomorphic animal, reference to Kim Kardashian. Tattoo.
Oh, Kim Kardashian broke up with Kanye West.
Okay, are they officially broken up or are they just shaky?
No. They're shaky, but like a divorce is on the table apparently. And like they've been living separately. Like the albums Yay, Kids See Ghosts, and Jesus is King was all part of Kanye's Wyoming era, and he still lives in Wyoming. Kim K is in LA, so they've been living separately for a while now.
Why does
I
he
don't know
live in
what-
Wyoming?
I don't know. Apparently, it's better for his mental health.
Did you
Wyoming
know
doesn't
Kanye lives
exist.
in Wyoming? Ian, did you know Kanye lives in Wyoming? It's apparently better for his mental health. That makes sense.
And no. Here's the funniest part. Okay, so he moves to Wyoming because of the materialism in LA, right? But his ranch in Wyoming costs $14 million.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, he moved to LA because of rampant materialism.
No, he
but
moved to Wyoming.
He moved to Wyoming because of LA's rampant materialism, but his ranch in Wyoming costs $14 million.
Anyway,
Robert, you seem
wait,
like
wait.
black there, so never mind.
Wait, guys, I have to show you something. I created a presentation. I don't know if you guys did this. Did he have you guys create 3 videos on Newton's 3 laws of motion?
nope. This is completely online material right there. At this point, Nick, were we doing the egg? We had already done the egg drop, right? Egg drop was how we ended the first semester.
I could
remembering
not
that
tell
correctly?
you. All I remember is that mine was a lot better than yours.
Yeah, no, mine was so bad.
Wasn't that bad.
Okay, guys. So we had to create 3 videos outlining Newton's 3 laws of motion. Would you guys like to see them?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, let me screen share.
Can you screen share? Yeah.
Oh, it's been disabled by the host.
Nick, oh my God.
I can't turn it back on.
Yes, you can.
I'd have to restart the entire everything.
Yeah, let's end the meeting and let's start again. Let's cut all this mock trial
No,
stuff
I don't
out.
even know how to. I forget
no,
how to.
No. No, here, I'll just share it with you, Nick. I'll share it with your school account so you can screen share it.
Yeah, excellent. That's a good.
What's your
okay.
school number?
Timestamp.
Huh, now the whole world knows it.
I timestamped it. It's okay.
Oh, yeah. You're so dumb. Who's going to hack into your school account?
This is no reason not to be safe.
Okay. We're starting with Feels Good Man. Who would like to go first?
I'd like to go first.
All right,
Nick.
excellent.
That means you're going first for Pieces of a Woman, Paul.
Oh no, that's a hard one to be first.
That sucks. You should have taken the chance while it was there. Because I'm going
Can I
first
go
on
to-
Poop House.
I want to go. I can't go. Fine. I
Pahul,
accept it.
today's your lucky day. I didn't watch it.
Nice. Okay. Nick, I think first I would like to start off by saying that I think you would find this very interesting.
Oh, I think you'd find it fascinating, Nick.
Yeah, because
genuinely.
you should watch it. You should for sure watch it.
This is very insulting.
No, that's not
I
an insult.
loved it. I really
Yeah, me
liked
too.
Okay.
Yeah, it was very interesting. I love because like when I look at the green frog, I never think about like imagine having your work being used for something like that, you know?
That's what I was thinking about. Wait, okay, just real quick. I was just thinking, you know how I'm making a movie soon, right? What if
Yes.
the movie is seen as like a symbol by like the alt-right all of a sudden about
Yeah,
blatant
it becomes like the
racism?
new birth of a nation or something.
Yeah,
Like-
exactly. That's so sad to think about.
Yeah,
like that
yeah.
would genuinely ruin
And
my
once
life.
you put something like that out there, it's completely to the whims of the people. You can't control it. Every single time we tried to control it, it just got screwed up even more. Which is very interesting. Like I loved how the documentary showed how horrible he felt for knowing that what he created, his life's work, is being used by completely horrible people, and reasons that like he never intended it to ever come close to like being used for. I love the the artwork, or I don't know how to, the animated scenes, I guess, where like it's drawn out and stuff, and it's like the frog going around and he's peeing and stuff. That's kind of interesting. That was kind of nice in a way. It kind of reminded me of Class Action Park, because they had those scenes like that, those animated kind of drawn out scenes in the middle, kind of like spice it up. And I really loved that part of Class Action Park, like this part too. Both were interesting material. Like in a lot of ways, Class Action Park, this reminded me of Class Action Park. Is it too hot, Robert? Is that too hot? Is it really hot? You should go yell at Ian, because you know like this one time like you're the woman from in McDonald's who poured coffee all over herself, and then she sued McDonald's because it was too hot.
Yo, I heard about that.
Yeah, they made a documentary about that too.
Really?
Yeah, my dad watched it, and he was like, Americans.
Dude, what if did you hear that, like, remember when we were talking about the Enola Holmes and I was like, oh yeah, people think Millie Bobby Brown is super homophobic, and one of them claimed
remember
that
that.
she poured a hot Starbucks coffee on a person because they said they were gay. And we looked it up
Remember-
and there was no base to it at all.
Remember when I showed you the video of wait, who's that one famous director guy who directed Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, who likes feet a lot?
Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah, remember that video on Reddit I showed
remember.
you where like, yeah, he was like, oh, that was so weird. Anyway, whatever. That's not even the like. I don't know where we've gone in like a few minutes. So this documentary, it was very informative, and it was very fun. I wasn't. I don't know. Like, there's not much to say about a documentary. Like it's informative, you know, and it comes across as a very appealing way to become more knowledgeable about something that you never even thought you wanted to be knowledgeable about, you know. I feel like in a lot of those are the best ones, because instead of something like World War II or like quantum mechanics or something, I love these kinds of documentaries where they completely like niche stuff where you don't even look that stuff up, or maybe you do like at 3 a.m. in the morning just because of curiosity, like who created Pepe, but you never really go that much into it. And this documentary just kind of completely fleshes out the story of Pepe and the cartoonist who first drew Pepe in the beginning, and I just really like that. And I don't know. I mean, I like this documentary. I don't know much to say about it.
Mm-hmm. Bahul, very good review. I
you.
shall
Thank
give
you.
mine.
Yes.
Like, I don't really know where to start. It's just like really weird for, like, going in. I saw that this documentary was getting really good reviews, and I was like, yeah, right. They actually made a movie about memes. Sure, it's good. And then, like, more and more people watched it. When I really decided, like, oh, I gotta see this, is like I saw it popping up on a bunch of people's top 20 of 2020 lists, and even like in some people's like top 10s, or like a couple people's top 5s. And it was just like so weird, like, because I knew that like Pepe had become like a symbol of the alt-right all of a sudden, and I didn't really know why. And suddenly they were using him as like white like it was just like absurd. I don't know how it got to that point. And like the story behind it is like super interesting, but also just insanely sad, because like when it starts out the movie and there's like the first scene, which is like a great first scene, and he's like talking about Pepe and he's just drawing it and he's like happy about drawing it, and then he's like, yeah, I don't like it when people attach it and they say things like F Jews. And it's just like so like, whoa, where did that come from? And I couldn't imagine what it's like to watch this movie and not have any context at all about anything that happened with Pepe. Like, to go into it and just like know nothing about it, and then this guy's drawing a cute frog, and then oh, it's a symbol for anti-Semitism, you know? I thought one thing that this documentary did really well is it was like incredibly entertaining, and like the way that it like presented everything, it felt very much like a like kind of like I don't know how to word it, but basically like the feel that it gave, like where it placed its beats, felt very much like an actual like narrative feature. Which I think kept it really entertaining and set it apart from a lot of other documentaries. Time was like the exact opposite of that. Like, for example, like Time was blatantly a documentary. It was blatantly just like small seeds of people's lives. Where Feels Good, man, it wasn't even like, it wasn't trying to make itself look like it was a narrative. It just felt like a narrative because of like how they built the story, and like all the rules of like inciting incident here and like complication here and a midpoint and like all that kind of stuff. It was all in there. And I think that made for like such an entertaining story, and it really like kind of capitalized on just how absurd it is. They did a really good job at making you feel very sympathetic for the main guy, the main artist. The only thing I would have wished for is like a bit more, like I wanted to know a bit more about him. They explore him. The focus on him was weird, is what I'll say, because sometimes it felt like it was a documentary about him, and sometimes it felt like it was a documentary about Pepe, and it didn't really make up its mind, because at the beginning it was very clearly about him, in the middle it was about Pepe, and then at the end it was kind of about both of them, and it just, I don't know, like it just like I couldn't tell where the focus was supposed to be, and I couldn't tell what like the real focus of the documentary was. But like, as hard as it is to go through some of these like really awful scenes, it is like very much a like it picks you up by the end of it. Like by the end you're feeling a lot better, and you're feeling like happy, and like it brings you to a low point, but it puts you back up at the end. You don't end on a low point, which is nice. And yeah, the animation is like really good. I hope this gets some award recognition. Like I don't know, I don't think it will, but I think it's like a super solid documentary, and I honestly like, I think that this is like, it kind of takes like meme culture and actually studies it, and I always thought that would be super cringeworthy to see, but it's actually really interesting to like see like how things on the internet grow, and how like, I don't know. I think that there's more documentaries that you could make along this line. Like obviously very few memes have it as interesting of a story as Pepe does. But like I think just like memes in general, like I think that there's some interesting stories to tell. And I'm gonna give this one a Subway.
I want to give this one a spicy Italian.
Yeah,
Nick?
for a future shut up. For a future podcast, we should, when we're like in person, we should like just like build Lego sets during it.
I have a question.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Nick, specifically to you, are you more of a give me a box of Legos and I'm gonna do like I want to make some weird contraptions and stuff, or give me a box of the Millennium Falcon or something and I want to build the. Do you like a structured way of playing with Legos, like a box way, like here's instructions, build it, play with it, or are you more of a box of Legos, I want to pick it up and play with it however I want to?
When I was younger, I think I would have been the latter. But now I'd say I'm more the former. But I'm kind of
Former
either
as in your former as in like wait, what? Which one's former?
um playing like with an instruction.
Gotcha. Yeah.
But I can go either way. It depends on how I feel. I feel like if I were to like just go off without instructions, then I would need a lot of Legos. Like I have a giant tub full of Legos in my closet, and I used to create like whatever the hell I wanted. Like I rarely had sets that with like instructions, like because I grew up not even knowing that like instructions were even a thing in Lego sets, because I just had like a big tub of it and I'd create whatever I wanted. But
Yeah, I never had the luxury of having a bunch of Legos, so yeah, I just use the instructions.
I like the
BRB.
Our host is gone.
Well, I'm also the host.
You're the co-host.
Okay, Nick, co means like equal, right? There can't be a host and a co-host, right? Come on. Oh my god.
Does that mean Robert's a co-host?
Yeah, but don't tell him that. But like, because then he'll demote me to like semi-host or something, or vice host.
I'm telling him.
No, please don't. No,
I'm
Nick,
telling him.
Nick, I'm never gonna back you up again if you ever want to get.
I'm gonna tell him.
Right now.
I'm gonna tell him. Anyways, did you know?
No, he's not here. We gotta talk amongst ourselves for a while. This is pause time. Intermission break. What to talk about?
I was thinking for Christmas too, we could all build gingerbread house. I know, but like next Christmas, we could build ginger houses for an episode. Gingerbread houses. What can we do for Easter?
Would be pretty dope. Easter eggs.
No, but like, how would we record that?
What do you mean? How would we record that?
Like, I'm talking about for a podcast.
Yeah, like, oh shoot, you can make it like a thing where like we do the podcast, right? And at the end, it's we go out to your backyard where your parents have hidden a bunch of eggs with a bunch of candy in it, and then we all run out and we start finding stuff, and the music starts playing, and the credits start rolling.
That's a
That could be
terrible
like a nice-
idea. No, I feel like we should do something. We should we should have
Dress
like
up as bunnies. We should dress up as.
there
bunnies.
has to be a challenge
All
that can
three
go
of us.
throughout the podcast, you idiot.
Yeah. Who can stay in the bunny suit the longest?
Yeah, that's a terrible challenge, I feel like. But,
No. Ask Robert. I'm sure he'll
but in like
it.
a really hot room.
Yeah. Hey, Robert, are you there?
What?
Like, okay. So, for Easter, we were thinking we were gonna each get like a big bunny costume, and we would all sit in a really hot room, and we'll see who can go the longest without like getting out of their Easter costume, and we'll do the entire podcast in
Yeah.
an Easter costume.
So we need to find a sauna, is what you're saying.
Yes, precisely.
And
Where are
we'd
we gonna
have to
find one?
we'd have to record using
Well, during
equipment that
COVID
is a
times,
okay.
I don't think we have any saunas. Like, the closest we have is your jacuzzi.
Paul, we're not doing that.
Or your hot tub, where we could sit in the hot tub with
I
like
have a hot
Easter
tub.
stuff on.
It works.
Wait, it does now?
Yeah.
No, it doesn't.
Huzzah!
Yes, it does.
Mazel tov,
Dude,
Nick.
can we actually do a podcast hot tub episode where we're like on the hot tub?
Please, Nick, please.
Yeah, sure. I don't want to use. Well, I guess we could use
An
this
expensive
microphone.
mic. No, we don't have to use your expensive mic.
Yeah, I guess.
It's
Okay.
fine. We can get like it'll be like a semi episode. We don't even need to make it full length. Like, it doesn't have to be official.
All right.
All right.
I mean-
our second movie is Poop House. Nick, what's Poop House about?
Well, Robert,
We never shared facts, bro.
Oh, that's true.
What happened to transition sound effects?
They just kind of got boring.
a homesick
If we
college
were to- Continue.
a homesick college freshman goes to a party at Poop House and ends up spending the night with his sophomore RA. That's a room assistant, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who's had a poopy day and wants someone to hang out with. They actually said poopy, kind of strange.
Did they really?
No.
I doubted
Nick,
it.
you're horrible at this lying thing. You need to pick and choose your lies.
Yeah, coming from the liar who lies about everything.
Exactly. I'm experienced in it. You're actually helping my arguments. And
The
thank you
main
so much.
the main character is also the director.
And
Oh,
the
yeah.
editor and the screenwriter. Yeah.
I'm
I
the
thought it
editor.
was- oh, that's nice. That's dope.
I
That's
edited
dope.
Oh
it.
yeah, Nick, you're gonna be the editor on Sophia the Dealer.
Sophia the who? Dealer?
Dealer.
I don't even know her.
So, Poop House.
Hold on, can I?
Let me take you back
Okay.
to January 3rd. So there I was, sitting in my living room, right?
Wait, January 3rd, 2020 or 2021?
2021.
Okay.
Wait. So there I was in my living room. Just came home from a long day of work. 10 to 7. Oh, bad shift, right? Come home. I'm tired. I'm sleepy. I have some work I need to get done with college. Do I do that work? No. College? I finished that today. But in the meantime, I wanted to watch a movie. I wanted to watch a movie that was going to distract me from the college I had to do. And unfortunately, I picked a college drama. Think about my position, man. And yet, Poop House ended up being my favorite movie of 2020 by a wide margin. Because this year's had some really good movies. Soul was fantastic. I'm Thinking of Ending Things was fantastic. Mangrove was fantastic. Feels Good Man, fantastic. We've had some really good movies. But none of the movies this year have really got in here the way that Marriage Story did, the way Parasite did, the way Midsommar did, all the best movies of last year. None of them went into this little hairy section right here. None of them.
He's not
went in
talking
here.
about his nether regions, ladies. He's talking about his chest.
I am. My chest is very hairy. Look at it.
All right.
Like it's so hairy.
Okay.
Anyways, and Poop House did it for me. Like, I understand that this, like, my review of this movie is very much going to be based around the fact that I watched it at a very impressionable time,
Based.
especially for what the movie is about.
Based.
Like, shut up. Because it's like, obviously, like, I'm gonna be like this guy next year. I'm gonna be in a new place and I'm not gonna have any friends, and it's gonna be like, what do I do? And I'm gonna like have a hard time moving, and I'm probably gonna want to think that I made the wrong decision and want to move back and all that kind of stuff. So what I really like about Poop House is, like, when this movie was starting, I was like, oh, this is kind of gonna be like a college like party with maybe a bit more emotion in it. But like when we were halfway through the movie and it was still on the same night, still following the same characters, having the same conversation, that's when I like really like got into it. And it like very much felt like Before Sunset or Before Sunrise, like those movies where it's like just a couple, like two people that are romantic, walking together for a long period of time and talking. And I thought that the movie was just gonna like end there, that was gonna be it. But then it goes on afterwards and kind of like keeps on going and kind of becomes more of like a traditional rom-com. And I was just like kind of like taken surprised by both things. Like, it was conventional and then it became unconventional and then it became conventional again. It completely twisted everything in the like weird direction. But I really liked it for that. It was like keeping me on my toes. It was surprising me. The low budget filmmaking here is just so insanely inspirational because, I mean, the guy was using equipment that's going to be similar to the equipment that I'm using. And he was using, like, two of the actors were experienced in this film, but like the rest of them, a lot of them were like first timers or like have barely done anything. And it's just so incredibly inspiring that he made a movie that could connect, like, what?
Forrest was in the background.
Oh, yeah. It's just so inspiring that he could make a movie that was so like touching and really, I think, so universal. That's what's so good about this movie, is like the message in it is really applicable. Like, it's a very much a college movie, but the message is like very applicable to like any time frame that you're living in, and there's like something you can relate to in the movie, and it's going to hit you emotionally in some certain way. And for me, like, getting out of a very long-term relationship recently and seeing that the guy had also done the same thing and was suddenly having this new romantic interest, like, it just like there was a lot I could relate to there, even though I haven't been to college yet. Like, it's just like it's all like very like it feels very specific to his experience, but it also feels very universal to like everybody else. And that's why I think Cooper Raiff was like a genius for making this movie. And it ended up winning a South by Southwest award, the Grand Jury Prize, which, like, a movie for $15,000 that a college kid shot at locations that he didn't get permits for, winning a South by Southwest prize, like, that's genuinely insane and so inspiring. And I just like, I've seen this movie 3 times and I'm going to be watching it like a lot more, just for the sake of like, how did he get this shot done with like such low budget, and like analyzing it, but also just because like it's a comfort movie. I can watch this at any point and feel super comfortable and just like super like, it's like the same feeling of like a rainy night and you get under a blanket. It's just comfortable, you know? Yeah, I really, really like this movie, and I will save my rating until everybody else has reviewed it.
Oh,
My
I
turn?
know what he's gonna do. I know he's gonna rate it.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do. It's gonna
What
be
is it?
It's gonna be the best restaurant, whatever that one is. Like, best
Mhm.
fast food.
I know.
No,
I
Starbucks.
What?
It's not a Panda Express. It's a Starbucks. Very few movies are Panda Expresses.
wait. What movies are
Okay.
Panda Expresses?
Yeah, give me an example. This year.
The
Any this year?
Graduate. No, this year. Only one
What about-
last year. Parasite.
Parasite. Okay.
Parasite was a Panda Express. Like, Marriage Story, maybe a Panda Express. Like, maybe.
Maybe
Definitely
it's like
upper
one of
Starbucks.
those where there's a Panda Express and a Starbucks in the same location, but you're also standing in a Walmart. So it's like, what?
Up top. Okay,
Anyway.
Paul.
So my turn, and like I'm gonna echo one specific point that you said. whereas I'm also a senior in high school. So this one was very like applicable to me because I don't know what I'm gonna do. I have no idea what it's gonna be like. I haven't had no experience whatsoever because so far, it's kind of like when I moved here in the first place. I had no idea what was gonna happen. It just happened, and but yeah, it's weird. I guess I'll just relive it. I mean, but I still liked it for that. It showed me kind of like a glimpse of what it might be like, even though I probably won't go to all that kind of stuff. I'm not gonna do weed before I'm 21 at least. Um, what do I talk about? Yeah, the low budget part is very inspiring. It was actually very interesting to see how, like, it really is like budget. This movie shows that budget isn't everything. Just because you pour a buttload of money in a movie doesn't mean that it's going to necessarily be good. Just because you only have $50,000 doesn't mean it's going to be bad. Because this one is such a good movie. And sorry, go on, Robert.
Did you notice in the credits? I was looking through because I was like, what crew parts were essential to make this movie? There was a script supervisor, but there were 2 of them.
Damn, I'm doing.
Could you imagine sharing your job, Pahul?
No, I'm very competitive. The thing is that so I watched this movie last night. I rented it right after mock trial was done. I was feeling kind of down, but this movie was like the perfect movie to watch to get past that. I just sat right here. I just changed. I sat down and I watched this movie, and it was I did not pause it once, and that happens so rarely. Like I can't tell you the last time that happened where I didn't pause a movie, and I didn't even want to see how far in I am because it was like eating something really good. You just wanted to like experience it completely. Yeah, it's just like it's a feel good movie. It's excellent for how low budget it is. I don't know. I just loved it, and it's so worth the money. Like, thank God you made me buy this, Robert. I truly feel good about supporting him, and
Super Rafe.
Yep. Like it's just an
Serena,
excellent
can you
movie.
shut up?
Anyway, that's my review.
Nick, it's your turn. Your turn, buddy.
Sorry, I need my name called. I like this movie. It was pretty good. Look, you can see my arms on the side. Oh, get away from the camera.
No, I'm not near the camera. It's
The
just
camera's
zoomed
near
in.
me.
No. Your PC zoomed in. It's a glitch.
Hey, every action has an equal opposite reaction. Speaking of, Nick, you should open the slides so we can watch my 3 Newton's videos.
Where did you send it?
To your school account. It's a Google Slides presentation.
Oh. Paul, if that were the case, then your face would be like it's this the focal length.
It's a very advanced focal length.
Okay. So this movie made me cry, which I think this is the second movie that's ever made me cry.
First one. Which was the first one?
Infinity War.
Infinity War.
Yeah, that one kind
This
of
was the
doesn't
first
count
movie that
though.
made you, yeah, it doesn't count. This movie made you cry because the movie was good, not because you had a different emotional attachment to it.
Yeah. Yeah. It made me cry like a little baby. I sobbed. And
Loser.
can your dogs like
Sorry.
chill out?
She can't. She's going crazy.
Robert, I'm gonna be honest. I didn't get it. I didn't. Oh wait, never mind.
I lost my glasses.
I like this movie a lot.
Nick, shut up. They asked Paul if he could take his glasses off for one of his characters during mock trial, and he said, "No, I'm blind."
No, I really am. I can't see. Like, if I'm sitting back here, I can't.
That's impossible.
No. Genuinely, like I am impossible. I'm Tom Cruise. Do you know about the whole like he's going to space thing to shoot the movie? I'm really excited to see that movie. I want to see what being space like. That's gonna be cool.
I'm hyped for Merrily We Roll Along because that's shot over the course of like 30 years with Ben Platt.
Oh, that sounds really interesting.
Robert, I didn't get the presentation.
I sent it to you on Slides, Google Slides.
Yeah, and I'm on Google Drive and
Go to Google
shared
Slides
with
then.
me.
yeah, I know, Paul.
Robert,
Robert.
Turn your computer off and on again.
Yeah,
More,
let me
no,
just-
don't do that. More like the burp cast.
Wow.
Nick, it's.
Yeah.
I haven't listened to them in a long time either. Okay, I sent it again.
I really like this movie, and I can't tell you why. It's just good. I don't know. Robert, it did remind me of the movie you said, because just a couple just talking, and I feel like it was a lot more realistic. I think the awkwardness of the guy, I could definitely relate to. And he looked Canadian, so I remember that. This review is falling apart.
That's
the
the okay. I'll give a bit more critique if Nick won't. Clearly, I have to carry the burden of this podcast.
Hey, I reviewed it fairly well.
This movie was surprisingly like really funny, like, and it didn't need to be either. It was already sweet enough, but like there were just some like really funny moments in it, like Jennifer Gardner.
I noticed that there was. I just peeked the microphone. I noticed that there was a lack of making up in the movie. Like they had the spoilers. They had the big fight, and then usually in a movie they have like a conversation where like they're like, hey, I'm really sorry, blah 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 blah. Was that left out because it was supposed to be more realistic, or was it just?
I don't know. I'm not Cooper Ray.
This movie sucks. I wasted my $15. That's a joke.
You know what was a kind of a heartbreaking scene?
Huh?
Is when he was when the mom and the sister were in the car, and he called her and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a heartbreaking scene.
It was really good though.
Well,
yeah,
what?
in a good way,
He's a really
obviously.
good actor. I don't know how he's such a good actor.
It was really like excellent.
Yeah, I feel like the sister was a bit of a useless character in my opinion.
Yeah, I think it was just more like, I don't know, make the mom seem a little less lonely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, anything else to say about the movie? I already gave it a Starbucks, so.
I am not getting a presentation from anyone.
That sucks. I sent it to you twice.
Bro sauce. Hey!
Where did that guy come from?
Robbie, you know what
This
that's
is my
from.
birthday gift from Michael Bunting.
Yeah.
This, coupled with this.
What happened to the broken one?
Oh yeah, and the chalice that said "pimp" on it.
Where did
Yeah.
where
The
did
pimp
your
chalice was broken.
where did the fart gun end up?
Oh, Mr. Bigelow's house. He uses it on his kids. He comes up behind them and he uses the fart gun on them.
Yeah, I stole this from a student.
He literally stole it from you. Like that's not even a joke.
No, I
He
left it.
straight up
I left
stole
it there, and I think he's happier with it than I ever could be.
It's technically your property. Like legally, if you wanted to sue him for stealing your property, you would win the case.
I would never. You know how I would feel when I sue Mr. Bigelow? Is how transition time is how the main person felt in Pieces of a Woman when she was suing the midwife, and then she comes up at the end, spoiler, and then she's like, oh, blah, 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 and they go, blah, 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 that's probably gonna be
9.5 out of 10.
What Starbucks drink, Fahul?
Haven't been to Starbucks in a long time. I don't know, like a really good Starbucks drink.
Pink drink?
Never had it. I always have caffeine at Starbucks because if I don't have caffeine at Starbucks, I feel.
Pink drink has caffeine.
Oh really? I'll have it
Mhm.
next time. I'll give it the caramel cold brew.
Oh. Santa's on the Film Studies Club podcast.
And the Brady Bunch at the same time, apparently.
Yeah, why the frick are they all staring at me?
The Brady Bunch. Don't hurt them. Hey, what's the name of the game again?
Pixel Golf.
Pixel Golf.
It's not. it's
It is a good game.
Pixel
It's a
Pro
good game.
Golf.
Okay, Nick, you're going first on Pieces of a Woman, so say the plot and then get going, bro.
Okay.
Pixel Pro Golf.
Yep.
When a young mother's home birth ends up in unfortunate tragedy, she'd be good
I
saying
want to turn this off because I don't want to open like me looking like this in mock trial, and I won't be able to turn it off. So like in the introductions, it'll be like me with that.
That'd be so funny. Year-long odyssey of mourning. I remember. Hold on. I remember once I was like this close to trying to join Mr. Jordan's class. This was last year, with the name on Zoom that was very inappropriate, and that would have been very embarrassing. Of mourning that fractures relationships with loved ones in this deeply personal story of a woman learning to live alongside her loss. I'm gonna be honest. I only watched like the first 20 minutes of this, and it was like so disturbing that I was just like, I just don't want to watch this. So I did.
I was eating food while watching this, and I was extremely.
The first 30 minutes?
Yeah, like I watched it and I was like, okay, a girl giving birth. I hope there's some interesting story. But then I read the storyline on Netflix, and it's just like a girl dealing with the loss of whatever, and it's just like, why would I want to watch this?
Yeah, it's really hard to watch. Like, I'm not gonna lie. It's a really like upsetting movie.
Was this girl like actually giving birth? Like, was it real?
No.
Oh.
There
was
no way
one
that
shot that was like, ow. That was my reaction while I was eating food. When food was coming out of my mouth, I was like, ow. And my dad was like, "Are you choking?" I was like, "Nope." That was a lie. I made that up.
Because it was so gross.
Yeah, it was just you watch that while you're eating. Because like at one point she's in the tub, right? She's in the tub, and a little bit of blood comes out, and I'm like, this is not gonna be good. And like I knew what was gonna, and then she's like, "Oh, baby not crying, baby blue," and I was like, "Oh God, this is a horrible scene to watch."
Blue, I'm a diva, die.
Robert, inappropriate, not the right time.
Really puts a new perspective on that song. What did you say?
Yeah, I'm a cat.
How do you do that?
Paul! You're your own movie.
Oh my gosh, it's 1984, but Bahul is the dictator.
Oh, that's so cool. I feel like I'm the dictator.
Guys, our podcast got ranked first place on Zoom. All these emojis!
Oh no, I'm blackface. No, wait.
Nick.
Sorry.
Loading. Loading.
Wait, how'd you get that one? What does that say?
Huh?
it's just backwards.
It's my turn. Hey, Pieces of a Woman.
I'm in the microwave. Or no, that's TV.
I think you guys will think this was funny. I was in the room watching it, right? And Ian was in the other room talking to the whole woman. And I walk in, and I decide I need to go to the bathroom, right? So I get up and I'm walking out, and I go, ah. And Ian's like, "What? Is the movie bad?" And I was like, "No, it's not bad. It's just like woman sad with piano music." And I think that's the perfect way to sum up this movie. Woman sad with piano music. the first 30 minutes are like exactly what they need to be. They are so intense and hard to watch, and like I think that was like a great opening. And then I was like, okay, if this movie can like twist and turn me emotionally in an interesting way, like this is going to be an interesting watch. And then there proceeded to not be another interesting scene until a talk with her mother about an hour later into the movie. The rest of it was just like really boring and really not fun. And like, I just wanted to get through it. And I was like, oh, great. It's the girl from Succession. Now her and Shia LaBeouf have sex. Great. Awesome. Wow.
That was a
woman is
weird
sad.
scene. That was a very weird scene.
That was a very weird scene.
I thought it was a weird scene.
You didn't watch it, stupid.
It was really weird.
I also like I like the court stuff in this movie. It felt very much like mock trial. Like the way that they were talking and stuff and the way that it went down was like exactly like mock trial, which is like weird. And I was like curious about the actual law, so I looked it up. Normal directs are like they're normally like 2 minutes long, and a normal cross-examination is about 45 seconds. But a closing and opening statement, the average opening is like 20 to 40 minutes, and the average closing is like 30 to 70 minutes.
Yeah, like some closings for like the really big cases, there's multiple days to it. Like
That's
closing
crazy.
goes up because like it's such a long case with so much stuff that the jury needs to have a summary of what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
It's very interesting.
I wish we got to do a real case. Paul, do you want to write a case packet for mock trial?
That would be so. That would be difficult.
I have 8 witnesses to tie together that I think would be really interesting. Here,
Wait, how
I'll
are you
read
gonna-
them off to you.
Okay.
I'm gonna use names because I don't care right now because nobody listens this far into the podcast.
Robert, I hate to interrupt you, but what cheese do you use to make the cheese?
Cheddar
Parmesan.
slices,
Parmesan,
yeah,
Munster,
2.
Provolone.
American.
Swiss.
Okay.
I-
Wait.
I'm out of cheese.
I win.
Wait.
I win.
Wait.
Wait, hold on. Paul, you want to play the
Okay.
game again?
Here's the trial. Here's
Yeah,
the 8
no, I
witnesses
would
for
love
the
to.
trial.
Hold on, Robert. Can you wait a second?
Oh. No, I would.
Granular.
We're playing the cheese game. We're playing the cheese game. Okay,
Granular.
go.
Can you share your screen
Cheddar.
so I can see?
Goat.
You can't cheat, Nick.
I'm not. My
Yes, you
eyes are
are.
looking right at you. Or my eyes.
Blue
Feta,
cheese,
mozzarella, brie, cream,
blue. Provolone.
Roquefort.
Brie? Did you say brie?
Munster.
Roquefort.
ricotta.
Cheddar. Did you say cheddar?
No.
American.
Cottage.
This is such a stupid game. Sorry, Robert. Go ahead.
Okay, so here's the 8 witnesses I want for our case packet, right? I don't know how we're going to tie them all together, but we have to. Mr. Tyler,
Okay.
Joe Rogan,
Okay.
Mrs. Fifield,
Okay.
the dark part of mock trial,
Okay.
May Bunty,
Okay.
you,
Yes.
Eli Hernandez, and Gordon Ramsay.
Oh, I could do that. We could totally get that done.
You think so?
Mr.
You
Tyler, Mr. Tyler listens to Joe Rogan. We could.
Right.
We already have that. Who was the last one? Who was the last person you said? Gordon Ramsay.
MC?
Fifield wants to lose weight, so she looks up Gordon Ramsay lose weight challenge or something. And I don't know. We could do something like that. I don't know.
What are you guys talking
I
about?
don't know. Fifield could listen to Joe Rogan, and Tyler could be Gordon Ramsay. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, I would love to write a case about that.
Yeah. I wonder how hard it is to write a case packet. Like, it can't be
Takes a
that
long.
difficult.
I feel like it's pretty. I feel like next year's case pack has probably already been being made right now.
Yeah. It's going to be weird next year where we aren't going to be able to see the CRF case packet.
Yeah.
Are you going to do a college mock?
I don't know.
I
I
want
said-
to.
It's all gonna be bumped up. I don't know.
What do you mean it's all going to be bumped up?
like pressure and the challenge and everything. Like I don't know if I'm good enough for that stuff. You know, I don't want the pressure of like having to try all like just to be like on a level where I'm not the worst person on the team. I don't know.
I feel like as a pre-law and like student and also doing film and possibly doing some theater stuff, I feel like I'm gonna have to do it. You
Yeah,
know?
no, for you, I get it. I totally get it where you're coming from.
Yeah.
I'd rather there was like some internship or some medical stuff, you know, sort of mock.
Yeah. Okay. Paul, you never reviewed Pieces of a Woman. What are your thoughts?
I agree with you. I found that like it was very drawn out with like it was like the Saharan desert with like every single grain of sand was a tear, and it was a Saharan desert, and you're traveling through all those tears and the sadness, and you come across like these little mini like oases where like it's kind of interesting. The yelling was interesting, like you said, between the mom and the daughter. I there was an apple metaphor going on in the movie because like there at the end there's she was eating the apple all the time. I didn't really know what it meant, and at the end it was an apple tree, so I don't really get that at all.
Adam and Eve. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. It was just like it was just a boring drama classic. Like when you think of drama, I think of a very specific kind of movie, at least in my head, where it's like a very dull movie. At least this was punctuated with some exciting stuff, but most of the time it was pretty dull.
Elon Musk, richest guy in the world now. Thoughts?
Yeah, 160 billion, is that what it is?
No, it's like 208.
From what I know, is that most of that value is from his assets and specifically the Tesla stock.
Yeah.
Which right now it's going through a bull phase, which I mean it's prone to crash very quickly because it's just gone on too long. According to just the value of the stock and like the value of the company itself, Tesla is like more valuable than any other car company in the world. And that's just insane. You know, I don't see that's not justified. The growth is not justified. I don't think he's going to be the richest person for long, in my opinion.
I think it's just a little blip.
Yeah, because of how the stock market's going right now and how the top.
I think he's gonna go up and down, but I feel like after a while he's gonna be really rich.
Yeah. After a while, I could totally see like all of his like right now his investments like obviously they're not going to be earning that much. Like in the beginning, I'm pretty sure he started with like Tesla was not earning at all. I'm pretty sure he was pretty much using his PayPal money or whatever to fund his projects. But the way his projects are,
was he a main guy in PayPal?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Yes.
He was like one of the founders, on the ground floor at least. So he was using that money to fund his like boring company, SpaceX, Tesla, and stuff. But the way the ventures he goes into, they're very much gonna keep on increasing in quality and in like value and everything as technology progresses. So yeah, like the future is very much filled with money for him, in my opinion.
I know, like the Film Studies Club podcast.
F yeah.
Thank you.
Good one. Did you have anything else to say about Pieces of a Woman?
Not really. Like the it was intense. Like in the beginning, I liked how it was kind of like heartbreaking, or like not heartbreaking, but I don't know. It was just like, oh, maybe it'll live. No, it's not gonna live. You know, it was kind of like a roller coaster right before
Spoilers.
it died. No, I'm not saying what died. Anything could have died. Maybe I'm
baby.
talking about a plant right now. Like she forgot to water the plant or something. But like it died at the end. It was I don't know. Not much to say about this movie. Bored.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a Baskin Robbins.
A Baskin Robbins. Okay. I'm gonna give this a mint chocolate chip.
Good one. Sit, Forrest. Sit. Could-
He's clearly not sitting. Oh yeah, he is.
Are we gonna review the game now or the album?
Game.
Game time.
This game is bad.
Wait, Nick,
Like,
did you play it?
I
Did you
had
play, Nick?
hopes based off of what you said, Paul, but this game is like really hard to play, and I don't know, like I tried really hard to get it in the hole, and I'm just really bad at golf, and this game is accurate of that, or this game just sucks.
No, because I'm horrible at golf, but I'm pretty good at this game. Like I've made over like $5 million. I've won like all the tournaments. I'm pretty sure. I won all the equipment. I've deleted this game, so I've already finished it pretty much. And it gets very boring at the end, but I liked it. You know, it's a fun.
Yeah, I
little
felt like
game.
it was gonna get super boring because like nothing changes.
I am also
Yeah.
very bad at this game.
Oh, wait until you see the next week's game. It is very topical. Trust me.
What is it? Storming the Capitol? Arr!
It is very topical.
Is there a Storming the Capitol game? I swear to God. I'm gonna give this game a Dominoes. Anyone?
Oh, Domino's? Okay, I want to give this a... Like those breadsticks?
I can't eat anything at Domino's. Like they don't have any vegan options at all.
That's not really their market, though.
Yeah, I know.
It is such a topical game. It's insane.
I swang.
All right. Nothing else to say about this game. We're gonna move on to the album.
Eyes
we just
closed,
remember-
just swanging. Same city.
Nick, I wonder what you have to say about this album because you picked it out.
Oh yeah.
Get it?
So this album is.
I'm like,
It's such a stupid game. You guys are gonna love this game so much. It's so stupid.
why do we see one image?
What?
If we have two eyes, why do we see one image?
You only see one image.
Some brain stuff. It's brain stuff. You
Wait,
know, like
wait,
it kind of
you only
melds it together.
Paul, it was supposed to be like we'd be like, what the hell? Wow, how do you only see one image? And we'd make fun of him.
Yeah, we already did that with you, and you still don't know who Officer Max Bird is.
All right. Anyways, so this album, the new Abnormal, the latest album from the very popular band The Strokes, who is most notable for
Sorry.
their 2001 album, Is This It? Which has
2001, huh?
Yeah.
That's when 9/11 happened.
shut up.
Oh!
Very notable album, very critically approved.
Oh, wait,
my God.
Nick, shut up. Oh, did you know that your birthday is a holiday this year? Because it's
Yeah, this
9,
is a
10,
joke.
21. So it's National 9 plus 10 Day.
Really?
Think about it. You know the popular meme, what's 9 plus 10? 21?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I know that meme.
So that day, it's 9, 10, 21. And that's your birthday.
I'll make sure I won't go to class that day because I'm celebrating 9, 10, 21 day. Yes.
You'll be in college.
Yeah, I don't want to go to class in college. There's classes
Hey guys,
in college, right?
when are we gonna take our drive to San Francisco?
Oh, we gotta do that like at lunch someday.
Our senior ditch day.
When is that?
We
I don't
just-
think that exists anymore.
Well, okay, Paul, the thing
Like, is there a different one for Group A and Group B? Like, Nick's senior ditch day is different than ours.
Paul, listen. Here's the thing about your the thing about the drive to San Francisco. We need your parents to call you out of school because by February 6th, Nick and I will be able to call ourselves out of school. But you will still be a minor. Yeah, when you're 18, you can call yourself out of school. Ian did it today.
That's so cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll ask them.
Or we can
They're
make
not
a
gonna-
note and it'll say signed mom at the bottom. And Mr. Perez will be like, is this real, kid? And you'll be like, heck yeah, Mr. Perez. And he'll be like, oh, okay.
You know.
You know what next week's game going to be? Have you seen those ads where like there's a guy and he's taking a woman hostage and you're a sniper and you have to shoot the guy?
Yeah.
Can we do more puzzle games? I like.
Oh, Forrest is pooping. Look.
No. Oh, remember the image of the dog throwing up?
Wait, Forrest isn't pooping out anything. I wonder if he's okay. Is he okay? Come on.
Thanks for
There's
doing
no
it behind the
poop coming
pole.
There's no poop coming. Oh, okay, there we go. Is he okay? That
Robert.
doesn't look like a healthy poop.
Get it off the dog!
He's still going. Okay, he's done. He's done. For now.
How old is Forrest?
I think he's 9, maybe 10. He's old.
So basically, the new abnormal...
Wow, you think he's gonna die soon?
Well, no, I know Chowder's gonna die soon. Apparently, like from what I've heard it from the grapevine. Chowder's gonna die soon, and my condolences, Nick. But at least I won't have to call you to come to the door every single time when I come over to your house. If he ever dies, maybe he won't die. You know, some dogs have been reported to have survived throughout the Middle Ages, and they moved on.
Okay,
and then
shut up.
Okay.
Okay. Personally, I've never been a huge fan of the Strokes. Like, I've listened to some of their albums that were considered very good, and I recognize the talent. Personally, it's just the music isn't for me. The newer Abnormal, I liked a few songs on it though. I enjoyed the songwriting and the actual like tunes that came from it. But quite a few of them, they it wasn't the right music for me, I don't think. But some of them were, and they're very catchy, and they're being added to my current playlist. And you know, I liked it. I recognize the talent.
Here's the thing, though. Like I hear what you're saying, Nick, and going your catchy part. Like there's some catchy songs, right?
Mm-hmm.
The thing is that that's what it just felt like to me. Like it was just an album with like catchy songs like that sounded good, but like looking past that, there wasn't really anything, in my opinion, to look for. If that makes sense. Like I don't know, it just seemed very surface level in a way.
Surface level. This is alternative music, you idiot.
Guys, I grew a beard before you guys did. How does it feel?
No, look. You can see like a little bit of it growing. Nick, are you seriously not gonna shave?
I might.
Okay, you can't just say I might. Are you gonna shave or not?
No promises. Robert, what are you doing? And we have Kyle on the podcast.
Good one.
Yeah.
Okay. What am I talking about?
The new Abnormal
album. This music is very much my type of music. I've heard from quite a few people that they went through phases where they started out with like Beatles-y music, and then they went on to rap, and then they like stayed on alternative rock for most of their life. And I feel like I'm on that path. Like I love rap, but I think I'm headed towards the alternative rock for the rest of my life thing. So this was kind of like, yeah, this is the kind of music I will only be listening to in my like 20s. And I really like it. Like I get what you're saying, Pahul, where it's like each song is good, but they don't like the album as a whole doesn't really have a meaning. I just think the songs sound really good. They're very catchy, and I like the music. And it is kind of an empty feeling when you're done with it. You kind of just want more, which like isn't really usually good with an album. With an album, you want some sort of sense of finality. But I enjoyed it. I would give it a Subway.
Robert, their album is like considered their best album, so you can.
I know. I've had it added for a while, but I just haven't listened to it because I'm lazy.
Okay.
All right. Is there anything else to discuss, or is this podcast coming to a close?
The next album you guys are gonna really like, I think.
What is it?
What is
Say it. Spill it.
It is called Verse by Really From.
really from? What's he really from?
Robert, it's alternative rock mixed with jazz, and it's pretty poggers. I don't like the jazz parts, but
Apple Music says it's just jazz.
there's some.
I wanted to either review Bitches Brew or Kinda Blue. Kinda Blue I've heard a lot about. Like it's in top
Kinda Blue's
500.
great. Yeah, I love
I
Kinda Blue.
really want to listen to that. And I really wanted to review it, Nick. I'm kind of disappointed, but it's fine. And I kind of want to
I've
choke
gotten
you
my
out.
album in twice, but Polo's gotten 0.
No, I got
messed
one.
up.
I got Jesus is King, bro.
Oh, that's true.
That was a
We'll
big
do
W
yours
for
next
me.
week. It's okay.
All
I'm
right.
done. I'm done with Kanye's songs. Like all of
Really?
them finished. Yeah.
How does it feel?
I kind of wait. I'm waiting for the next one.
The next
Wait for-
big artist that you obsess over?
Yeah, and like I mean, I'm like 3 main ones that I'm going for. Like I'm in right now. Frank Ocean, Kendrick, and Kanye. They're both like anticipated to release an album fairly soon, so hopefully that'll work out.
I feel like every artist is always anticipated to release an album.
That's true. That's true. But like,
Yeah.
it's been a long time since they last released their album, like their last album.
I mean,
Except for Kanye, I
2019
guess.
isn't that long ago.
Yeah, but like for yeah, that's
Neither
true.
is 2017 was a while ago. Yeah. All right. We've almost gone all of high school without a new Kendrick album. Think about that.
That's
Damn
true.
came out in our 8th grade year. What if we go all of high school with no Kendrick?
No, Kendrick
well.
has an album coming out soon, I think.
Yeah, he said that since 2019.
And Robert, can you remember
Apparently
your
his new-
presentation?
Shut up.
Okay.
Apparently his new album is like inspired by rock. Like it's
Yeah,
like a rock
yeah,
rap
Rob.
album.
I listened to one of the leaked songs. It's pretty dope.
Yeah, me too.
Is it?
It's pretty dope.
I haven't listened to a leaked song because I don't know how to access them. I have a question. Do I
YouTube.
sound a lot louder when I'm right here?
No.
Nope. Wait, do I? Hello.
Paul?
What does my ear sound like?
Oh, that's freaking weird.
Okay.
Wait, how does this sound?
Nick, how would you like to end the podcast?
Robert, give your presentation on your thing, but like by heart.
Physics.